If you don't have time to sift through those newsletters or navigate through those headlines, I got you covered on this one-stop shop video newsletter. All the biggest news in tech, the storylines of the day, including Sora is at it again. ChatGPT got majorly bested in software engineering, and Figure plus ChatGPT equals mind blown. I'm Nate. I'm keeping you informed on the biggest news in tech, and it helps me out if you hit that subscribe button. In the news today, man, what a big day in the news cycle. Firstly, I don't know if this is technically news per se, but it's a fantastic article in the Wall Street Journal. Great video as well to correspond with it. I think you can actually watch the video without even being subscribed to the Wall Street Journal. But the article was good as well. And just in general, they made Sora is the video generation model that was designed by OpenAI. And this video covers a lot of the great footage from it. Pretty incredible stuff in terms of kind of how it's being used. And you can see just some pretty impressive tech going on. Now, if you haven't seen the Sora videos yet, you got to go watch them. They're just amazing. So anyways, can't recommend that one enough. Epic Games asks the court to hold Apple in contempt over weak App Store anti-steering changes. This is just the next layer of the onion as this story continues to expand and unfold about what is going on, this back and forth between Epic Games and Apple. And it just seems like it's never ending, and it's just going to go back and forth and back and forth. So I'll be keeping you informed on what happens next. We'll see. TikTok. The TikTok ban passed in the House. We know that it has presidential support. And so all that we need to find out now is what is the Senate going to do with it? So it passed the House of Representatives, which means essentially if it passes the Senate, I believe that means it's basically through and TikTok is going to be banned, or ByteDance will have to sell the company. There was an interesting article, honorable mention, that is not in this list, on CNN, I believe it was, of China's prime minister kind of responding to some of this stuff. And it was very interesting, just didn't make the cut today. What did make the cut, though, however, is Cognition dropped Devin, which is, they're calling it the first AI software engineer. Like, they're kind of trying to equate it to a human being level intelligence. It is incredible. I'm not going to act like it's not amazing. It really is amazing. The SWE benchmark for coding, I don't know why this video is not loading. Sorry about that. The SWE benchmark for coding, it passed. So ChatGPT, for context, managed to get like 1% and some change. And this Devin did a 14% for coding, which is just like insane. Levels above Claude, levels above ChatGPT. Pretty wild there. For those of you Apple Vision Pro users or future users, VLC media player might be added too. Sounds like they've already done the back end of what it could be the VLC player. They're just waiting to see if the demand is there to justify it. So they have the software ready, virtually ready to go, testing it. It's working. That's really interesting. But the big story of the day, man, this is wild. This is wild stuff. And I don't know what I'm doing over here. I'm pushing buttons and not paying attention to what I'm doing. But, don't want to get copyright now. This is Figure AI's, or Figure's robot, and Figure's humanoid robot with OpenAI's integration is pretty wild. You can actually see here that this guy's kind of asking the robot to do stuff and, asking questions that would require an actual knowledge base, which this is this next level humanoid robotics plus AI. And it is pretty astounding what it can actually do, how it can process and what it can do at the same time. So here he demonstrates that not only could it pick up the apple and give it to him, now he can explain the reasoning for what he did while cleaning up the trash at the same time. I mean, this is just advanced stuff that I just didn't think I'd be seeing this for like 10 years. And I truly believe that this is an advancement that is mind-blowing and we're going to see, man, Tesla has a lot of reason to be worried right now. or Elon Musk with Optimus. A lot of reason to be worried there. Hey, if you thought this video was interesting, I hope that you think this video on the screen is interesting. I also want to let you know I just did another video on the topic of whether or not Apple is currently working on an iMac that folds down and is a touch screen. So if you're interested in that, check out my main channel for that video. As always, think different, stay crazy.